Hi everyone, Unfiltered here. You guys have been requesting Pitaka for a while now, but in between moving my office and the fact that there's just so many cases, I finally found the time. I can be short about it. Pitaka has 3 model cases this year. Well, 2.5. The ultra slim case, which most of you remember as the MAGeZ case, and the thicker, more rugged ProGuard case. And then a mix in between the two, called the Aramid UltraGuard. Let's first start with the ultra slim case, because they have something which other Aramid fiber cases could never dream of. And that is a camera control button. Yes, actually. And I really appreciate the fact that they even dare to do it. But is it any good? And yes, it functions 100%. Never missed a touch. But there is one thing about it that's different. And that is that there's really no click anymore. It does make photos, has adaptive touch, but once you make a photo, there is no feedback other than the haptic feedback on the iPhone itself. That's something you have to get used to. But other than that, it's fantastic. It then does have the cutouts for the volume and power buttons, so there's then also the question of why even bother? But I think it's because of the fit and the overall strength of the cases. That when they can maintain 2 cutouts instead of 3, it's a stronger case overall. Anyway, that works great. The fit is also fantastic. In the past, they missed a few releases because of it, but they picked it up with the 17 series. It's really good. It's very snug around the iPhone. But then if you want to remove it, you don't have to gather all your strength, and then can get it off pretty easily if you try. It does have a little bit of that pullback I've talked about with the Banks Armor Air, but not when laying it down. Only when pushing, and pushing really hard, and never too much pullback either. So that's all good as well. MAGeZ is a solid 7.5 out of 10. Which used to be a little stronger, so that's interesting to see. Still more than enough strength though, so it doesn't really matter anyway. They redesigned their camera bumps as well. So this in-colored version or on-theme version, where it's only the last part that's the actual ring, whereas before it used to be either silver or rose gold colored with no sculpting of the case itself. Just the ring on top. Not sure what I prefer, to be honest, but I think I'm actually going towards the previous gen as far as the aesthetics go. That just looked so good. The texture on the case is still feelable, which is good, but also in that same Pitaka style, where it's also very soft to the touch. Very minimal front protection. I mean, really, it's almost non-existent, which might be my only critique this year. Good year for them though, don't get me wrong. Then the ProGuard case for the thicker style of case. It's actually surprisingly thin feeling, almost minimalistic, which really surprised me, which you might have already guessed since I said surprisingly, and then I'm really surprised. It's also got that Aramid fiber plate, much like how MAGeZ did that on their limitless cases. Unlike them though, Pitaka makes sure that their case is 100% without any rough edges or anything that could feel unpolished. So amazing. The front protection is also a lot better, more in line with what I would expect. It's got higher edges and a very low profile in the middle. It's great stuff. The buttons are all fairly good, all but the action button, which isn't clicky at all and is actually a little bit harder to push in. I also like their camera bump here. It reminds me of the Nomad rugged case, where the edges and the camera bump are sort of melted. But here is another one that really surprised me. The camera control button isn't like a button or like a plate that's already in the case. I've seen this on other cases. I think they were from Spigen, but those did not work at all. But here, it's really nice. I really think it's in line to get in my top 5 spot for best camera control button. Or not so button. It's even giving that clicky feedback. It's all really unexpected. Awesome job. The bottom could be a little bit more comfortable to hold, maybe a softer material choice or a different shape at the edge of the USB-C port, but other than that, it's an excellent choice. Without the phone inside of the case, it's funny how flexible it is, especially at the camera bump. Oh, and it has that felt-like inner. It feels nice, but nothing too crazy. MAGeZ still a 7 out of 10. And then lastly, the Aramid UltraGuard. It's somewhat similar in that it's the Pitaka DNA for sure. It's got that more conservative camera control button, so it is clicky, works well, same shape as always, just works. All buttons on this case are very clicky, which is great, and the Aramid fiber is almost all round, so not just the backplate. Once again, really minimal front protection though, and this is mostly why I described it as a hybrid between the Ultra Slim and the ProGuard. If you've ever seen that Spigen Enzo Aramid case, those are definitely on the same level. I would have loved the aluminium camera bump on this one though, but the all black also works out well. The overall shape is more rounded, more in line with the actual 17 series for the Pro and Max, where it's also more rounded. MAGeZ is the same here too, so nothing new here either. And it features that same inner material as on the ProGuard. Now, all 3 model cases are excellent this year. Makes it difficult to choose one, but awesome job, Pitaka. Really mean that. The last 2 generations were less and I did rank them a little bit lower, but you've redeemed yourself again. Now, if you want to pick one up, make sure you use my links in the description. And if you aren't done watching case videos, make sure you also watch this one, or maybe even that one. And I'll hope to see you there.